Okay, well, with every rise, there must come a fall as well, Ben. And we've also got a number of kind of high profile players who have lost market value. When we throw that kind of top 10 up on the screen now and let people kind of look through it, they'll see a number of interesting players, a number of star players, a number of the most viable players in the league. But I think the ones we kind of want to touch on here are Saka and Palmer, two England internationals, two players play the same sort of position. Saka obviously pushing for a league title. Palmer obviously trying to get Chelsea back into that top four. But as we can see, they've both lost 10 million euros. Saka now worth 120 million euros and Palmer worth 110 million euros. Why don't you talk us through the reason behind both of those players losing market value and how you think their season has gone so far?
Yeah, they were both incredibly difficult decisions, and we had plenty of debate within our own Transfermarkt team, within our market value forums, and within the wider community at Transfermarkt, because they're undoubtedly incredibly high quality players that on their day would probably get into most teams, if not any in the world. However, there has been a drop in form from both of them, and that needed to be taken into account. I mean, Saka has 4 non-penalty Premier League goals this season, and Palmer has just 3. So when you're at that very high end of 120 million, 130 million, you've got to be performing numbers as well as just having overall good performances. And Saka, if we start with Saka, he plays well. He's Arsenal's most threatening attacker most games, and he's still creating some chances. But his numbers have dropped right off. And one thing that I've particularly noticed this season is his finishing. He used to be quite reliable in front of goal, and now he's taking too many touches, and a lot of his shots are wild and shooting well over the bar. So to hold 130 million, which is such a high value, we just felt we needed to be reflective of that. But it was only a 10 million drop because I don't think anybody would be surprised if Saka ended the season well and started finding the back of the net and getting assists again. With Palmer, it's a very similar story. The only difference with I suppose both of them, to be fair, have had injury issues this season, which have also halted them, and they've been struggled to get a run of games together. But yeah, Palmer's been in and out of the team probably more due to that at Chelsea. And just when he shows signs that you think he's going to get back to his game, he drops right off again. And in a lot of the big games, he hasn't stood up like he once did. I mean, in that 23-24 season, every time Palmer got the ball, something happened. And you don't quite feel that anymore with him. We've had other young stars like Esteval come in. He's also had the unsettled 2 managers have gone in that time as well, which hasn't been easy for him. But at Saka at 120 million and Palmer at 110 million, they still remain 2 of the most valuable players in the world. But we just needed to reflect the dip in form this season for both of them.
Yeah, I guess both are maybe similar stages of their career in terms of that kind of heaped responsibility is now on their shoulders. Saka, obviously, really key player for Arsenal in that push for the league title. But also Palmer, he's now, he's not an old man by any means, but he's now considered one of the kind of established stars at Chelsea. And with so much turnover at that club, maybe a lot of Chelsea fans, and I guess England fans would be looking to him to say, right, well, they can understand if someone like, as you say, Esteval's maybe kind of learning his trade this season, but Palmer's kind of been there and done it. So there's now, I guess you could say, increased expectations on both these players. Maybe we demand a little bit more, and maybe that played something into it as well, perhaps.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Like you say, I don't think any of them can be considered youngsters anymore. 23 and 24, these are the players that their teams are looking to. I mean, Saka's captained Arsenal on a number of occasions this season. These are players that you expect a lot from, and because of those expectations and they haven't been quite met, that is a reason behind the downgrade for them both.